We've got a new future eligible bachelor. And his name is Bill Gates.
Oh, this was surprising news.
Very much so. So Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced after 27 years of marriage.
It's a
long time. It feels
this comes
very,
after,
very
remember,
sad.
Jeff and Mackenzie Bezos.
Yes.
Other billionaire couple. They divorced, what was it, 2 years back?
Yeah.
And now number 4 on the list.
We've got a next bachelor.
No, we can't. No. Do Bill Gates the bachelor.
Can you
I don't
imagine
think the
the
right
desperate
people.
girls would be clamoring to say how in love they are with him on the first date?
Totally.
I've already fallen in love with you. Like, I was always a fan of Windows.
But now I feel like you're slipping away from me, and I would prefer you not talk to any of the other girls.
I've known you for 6 minutes. Anyway, they put out a statement and said basically over the last 27 years, they've raised 3 great kids. They built a foundation that works all over the world to help people lead healthy, productive lives. They're going to continue to work on their foundation together. But they said they no longer believe they can grow together as a couple in this next phase of their lives.
Oh, I don't like this.
I don't like
my
this.
heart hurt. It really does.
Come on.
But the thing is, okay.
Well.
All right.
Okay,
you go.
Okay. I'm going to say something, and then some people are going to get mad at me.
That's okay. No matter what you say, people are going to get mad.
That's exactly right. Well, first and foremost, it is sad. It's just sad. Anytime you see a divorce, it's just sad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a sad thing. I guess since we are in the business of reading statements and then trying to figure out what they mean, I struggle with this part, that we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives. So first of all, that phase of your life, which I don't think that's the critical point, but that phase of your life is, what are they, in their 60s, nearly 70s?
He's 65, she's 56.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't realize there was that big of an age gap.
So I don't know what's coming up in this phase of life that would be more difficult for you two to navigate than that. It feels like, and I want to be careful in how I say this. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I'm going to get canceled. I like this job.
No,
Maybe I'm going to get canceled.
Say it.
Here's the thing.
Everyone's got different experiences also.
Yes.
So.
And first of all, not all divorces are created equally. Okay. So there are situations where it is just like, oh my gosh, that makes total sense. You need to get away from him or her or whatever.
Right.
There are those sorts of situations. So that notwithstanding, when you say we don't think we can grow together as a couple in this next phase of our lives, there's an element of I quit in that. And the thing that you say when you get married is I won't quit. And so if they're saying that there was an infidelity, so they're just quitting. That's what makes it heartbreaking when you read it.
Or they just don't feel anything for each other anymore, which is also heartbreaking.
Here's where I
have thoughts about feelings.
I feel like they have put the work in and have really tried to come to a place of wanting to make the marriage work.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you can even ask a marriage counselor, these 2 people should not be together anymore. You know, that sometimes does happen. Like, you shouldn't have to be unhappy for the last phase of your life if you don't make one another happy.
Yeah, I think we put happiness on a pedestal in our culture. It is the pursuit of happiness. It is, does he make you happy? Does she make you happy? The trick of that, and again, I understand that this is layered, and anytime you're talking about divorce, it's very nuanced.
Well, you can't rely on someone else for your happiness.
Well, not only that, but if you're questioning, hey, I'll stay in this relationship if he makes me happy, if she makes me happy, you'll be committed to the marriage on a Tuesday and you'll be out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You'll be back in on Saturday. I mean, that is such a fleeting thing. I think our culture in general, it's the tail wagging the dog. We're chasing happiness, which is difficult to get. And we idolize happiness, self-actualization. Does he make you happy? And if he doesn't, then it's time for you to move on. There's just a little thing in our culture, Western culture, where it's like we all, compared to many other cultures, live this very privileged life. And happiness has gone to the top as opposed to commitment. And by the way, I say that, I'm thinking back, Donna.
I am an imperfect man.
Yes, as an imperfect man. I've screwed up so many times in my marriage in all sorts of different ways. I am an imperfect man. If I can say that again. But that adds to the heartbreak.
It does. I mean,
in my mind.
Do you know how it is extremely lonely being in a relationship and being lonely, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than it is lonely being alone and lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is nothing more lonely than being in a relationship where you have that feeling of desperation and depression and somebody not willing to do their part. I mean, what are you supposed to do if he's not doing? I'm just going to assume I'm just going to say that.
Sure.
I don't know anything. But if he's not willing to compromise and she's doing all the compromising, how's that supposed to work? You're supposed to come home every day and pretend that you're happy just for the sake of the commitment, or pretend that things are okay and that you can live like this?
Yeah, I know it takes two, right? It takes two to tango in a marriage. I get that. And I think that there are probably seasons where we'll use the he, she for the sake of this conversation, since it's Bill and Melinda Gates, whose divorce we're talking about. There are probably seasons where, in most marriages, where he underdelivers and she feels worse about that. There are other times when she underdelivers and he feels worse. Some people are stronger into committing to the work at all these times. I get it. It's nuanced and all of that. It just takes you back to the vows, though. And maybe it's oversimplified, but like when you say sickness and in health, rich or poor, when you say whatever, it just adds to the heartbreak of 27 years later in life too, for them. And with older kids, wonder what's more difficult, younger kids, older kids, I don't know. But there is an added level of, fast forward 27 years and then they say, I didn't mean that, or I can't. Right.
But it's what do you do? What do you do, Steve, if somebody says, I don't want to be married to you anymore? And you're like, well, I want to still be married.
Yeah. Oh,
and you're like, I'm supposed to stay in a marriage where this person does not want to be with me.
Well, and then that person can probably just divorce you, I think, in most states. I think that I get, like, that is when I say divorce isn't created equally. It's not. Each situation is nuanced on all these different levels. I know we have to go.
It's very sad.
But there is, I don't know. There's just I don't know if that's the case here. If I don't know, was one of them saying, I really want to stay in this marriage, and the other person said, I really don't? Or did they get to this, you're not going to set me up for success in the way that I want this final chapter to look like? That feels like you're putting self ahead of the unit.
This makes me never want to get married.
Me too.
This kind of stuff.
Me too.
Seriously, because I'm so afraid that I would marry somebody and then 27 years later they would give up on me.
Yeah.
What a great show we've started.
I think we've really kicked it off.
Yesterday we had the story of Bill and Melinda Gates calling it quits after 27 years of marriage, I think it was.
Years, yeah,
that's a very, very long time. Well, it turns out that they plan to announce their split in March, but they still squabbled over some of the details. Melinda was hoping to be unreachable at the time of the March announcement and rented a private island for I mean, that's what you do when you have that much money, right?
Yeah.
For $132,000 per night. Okay. You could get like a nice place for like $800 a night, right?
But not your own island.
I said, just go to like, I don't know, Connecticut and get an Airbnb where nobody knows where you are, or someplace like Nebraska.
Yeah, good.
How about up north? I bet you there's a cabin with a back 40 up north that they could have rented.
Oh, for sure. Nobody knows. Melinda Gates is just a normal name,
Where do they live now? Like California?
I'm guessing like Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Okay. So she rented this private island for $132,000 per night for the whole family. Well, except for Bill. To escape any media, frenzy. But it appears that Bill is being painted as the bad guy in this situation.
Okay.
So she has
bad guy Billy. No one saw this coming.
I saw a picture of him partying with people at like the Cannes Film Festival.
Really?
Like hot girls in the 90s. People are like, look, he partied with hot girls once. It's like there were guys there too.
We should have seen this coming.
I mean, it was so dumb.
Oh my gosh. Well, apparently he transferred $1.8 billion worth of stock to her the day she filed for divorce.
Mm-hmm.
God, there's so much more to learn. I bet there's so much more under this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Feel bad for their kids.
Must be very bizarre for their kids to see your parents divorce at a late age.
Mm-hmm.
That must be you can't really compare one to the other. And you're established as an adult. You've sort of earned your own confidence and stuff like that. Whereas if you're younger and you go through that, that's hits you in a different way. But as an older child, there's still mom and dad. It feels like it would almost cut, I don't want to say deeper, but different.
Right. Like, was this all a lie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. At what point did mom and dad stop being mom and dad? Why? And are they really going to spend now their dying years?
Wow.
I'm just saying, not Bill and Melinda necessarily. I just mean when
dying years.
No, but hear me, Donna.
When did the dying years start? Just so I know. Or have they started? I'm in my dying years now, everyone.
No, when if someone's, you hear these couples who have been together for 35 years, 40 years, and then they get a divorce, and you're thinking, man, now they'll just end their story and die alone?
Or maybe
give me
Jeff
something better.
Bezos will dump that other girl, that other broad he hooked up with, and marry Melinda Gates.
Wait
Power
a minute.
couple.
Wouldn't that make Bill mad? Whoa.
Then I'm trying to figure out how we work Elon Musk into this. Then in comes, what's her name? Squiggs, his wife?
Oh, Grimes.
Grimes.
Yeah.
Squiggs.
Sorry. It was,
Squiggs is like a character on SpongeBob.
Oh my gosh.
whatever.
No, but listen to this. There's a woman who is a Chinese translator.
Yes, I read this.
This is
weird.
really weird. So she works for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and she right now is defending herself because people are insinuating that she broke up their relationship. Her name is Shelley Wang, and she's worked for the foundation since 2015. And there's been rumors for quite some time that they had more than a professional relationship with either Bill or Melinda.
What? This is how Elon Musk gets involved.
Right?
All right, I'm listening.
On Chinese social media, she said, I thought the rumors would go away by themselves, but I didn't expect the rumors to become more and more crazily spread. And then she thanked people for their concern, people who were like sticking up for her. But another interesting twist that's come up since they made their announcement is that Bill had an arrangement with Melinda that allowed him to vacation every year at a beach cottage in North Carolina with the woman he was dating before he met Melinda.
Sorry?
Right?
This is weird, guys.
I'd be like, oh, hell no. You're not going somewhere with a woman alone.
Well, wait, here's what Bill would say, though. He said, we can play putt-putt while discussing biotechnology. He said this of these little getaways. His ex, Ann Winblad, is married to Kevin Kline's detective brother, Alex Kline.
Yeah.
There should be a crime series based on Alex Kline.
But they say it's something they never hid from the public.
But he is also maintaining that it wasn't like a romantic getaway. That's what he would allude to there. He said, when I was off on my own thinking about marrying Melinda, I called Ann and I asked for her approval.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird.
That's
I'm just
weird.
saying stuff.
Yeah, things are getting real weird.
Honey, when is your weekend getaway with your ex again? Okay. August 6th through the 9th. All right. Thank you.
Right? So weird. All right.
Could you imagine?
No.
What if your significant other said,
No.
hey, I would like a getaway with and it's cool. It's not romantic.
Nope.
She he is just a friend.
The cool me, the cool girlfriend would have been okay with
Yeah,
that,
cool
but you
girl.
live, you learn. You
Yeah,
know what?
uh-huh.
Now I understand why. Let's say, remember when Madonna was doing a movie with Antonio Banderas and Melanie Griffith would come to the set because she didn't trust. She didn't trust Madonna. She was like, you ain't getting near my man. That's the attitude that I think is the smarter. You know? Anybody?
Yeah. No, I would. Yeah, I would.
I think it's naive to be like,
think nothing's going
that's
on.
fine.
Yeah.
Except for my personal situation, I wouldn't care.
Huh?
My personal situation.
What's your personal situation?
My boyfriend, if he went on a vacation with his ex-wife, I would not care.
Oh.
What if it was an ex-girlfriend?
Say more.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So wait, but the ex-wife thing is because, that's
they
a part of the
co-parent
family
together,
unit.
and they don't
co-parent,
have, they're friends. They are fine with each other.
I get that because they are, that's with family. There's family there. They're part of the same family unit.
Especially if the kids.
What if the kids aren't there? And he's just like, yeah, my ex and I are just going to go rent a beach house in North Carolina for 5 days. See ya.
You know what? I'm sorry to say, I really would be okay with it.
Wow, that's
You
That's
are
great.
Melinda. Is that right? Or you're Squigs.
You're Squigs.
I'm Squigs. I love being Squigs.
Hey, you guys, thanks for watching our hilarious video.
Hey, do us a favor, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and then it'll count as something that you did today. That's all for now.